This is WCCO4 News.
Thanks for joining us. A WCCO investigation has found that a Minneapolis man wanted for terrorism encouraged one of the shooters in yesterday's attack during a cartoon contest in Texas.
Both attackers died when a police officer returned fire at the event in Garland, Texas. The contest was deliberately provocative. It asked entrants to draw the Prophet Muhammad, which is considered blasphemous in Islam. A review of social media accounts found that a 25-year-old Minnesotan who is known as Mujahid Miski had talked online about the Texas event before it happened. Mujahid Miski's real name is Muhammad Abdullahi Hassan. He left Minneapolis in 2008 to join al-Shabaab in Somalia and was indicted in 2009 on terror charges. Our investigation found this isn't the first time he has taken to Twitter urging violence. In the past 6 months, using the online Twitter name The Minnesotan 3, he urged ISIS supporters in the U.S. and abroad to kill Jews and behead a former Homeland Security advisor. Here's Esme Murphy.
In recent months, Elton Simpson, one of the two Texas gunmen, began communicating through Twitter with the Minnesota fugitive known as Mujahid Miski, who is in Somalia. On April 23rd, Miski tweeted, "The brothers from the Hebdo attack did their part. It's time for brothers in the U.S. to do their part." The response from Elton Simpson, "When will they ever learn? They are planning on selecting the best picture drawn of Rasulullah in Texas." Rasulullah refers to the Prophet Muhammad. Moments before last night's attack, Simpson tweeted, "May Allah accept us Mujahideen," and then created his own hashtag, Texas Attack. In minutes, Simpson and the other gunmen were dead. Soon after, Miski and other radicals were online celebrating Simpson's martyrdom and even tweeting, "This one should hit the front page." Miski also tweeted he would miss Simpson's daily greetings. The Counter-Extremism Project's executive director says Mujahid Miski bears responsibility for the Texas incident.
Well, he played a very significant role, particularly in terms of incitement and propagandizing, and this really shouldn't come as any surprise to people who have been following Miski's activities on Twitter.
On his own Twitter account, Miski boasts of being suspended by Twitter dozens of times, but after each suspension, he returns with a new account. Miski attended Roosevelt High School in Minneapolis. This is his sophomore class picture from 2007.
Two groups that track online terror threats, the Counter-Extremism Project and Memory JTTM, say that Mujahid Miski has become an online celebrity in the world of jihad, and that because of that, he has become a prominent recruiter for ISIS, both here in Minnesota and around the world.
The November 2014 indictment of Minneapolis resident Abdi Noor says Noor left for Syria in May of 2014, just a few months after becoming Facebook friends with Miski. After Noor joined ISIS, Miski continued to give him advice, telling him the brothers from Minneapolis are well connected. It's something we have learned after 6 years in jihad. Noor, in turn, is credited with recruiting the 6 Minnesota terror suspects arrested last month. Miski, through Twitter, has denounced the arrests of the 6 and even encouraged turnout at this April 25th protests in St. Paul.
Miski was able to, via Twitter, mobilize a number of individuals from the community and express their opposition to the actions of the government.
In recent weeks, Miski and other ISIS supporters have also sought to exploit the Baltimore riots for recruiting. With Miski's Minnesota ties, the Counter-Extremism Project says people here should be worried about his ongoing recruiting and continued cheerleading for attacks on U.S. soil.
He's very, very effective. His tactics are very refined. He's very sophisticated, and he's a huge problem.
Mujahid Miski is believed to be tweeting from Somalia. The FBI declined to comment. The Counter-Extremism Project has repeatedly urged Twitter to take steps to allow them to permanently block online accounts like the many accounts of Mujahid Miski. Twitter did not respond to our request.